Here is something you just have to be able to do. You have to, if you want to have good kicks. If you can't do what I'm going to show you, you might as well go and find a different sport. Strike ready movement, where I was teaching you fancy footwork like this, how to move around, how to get yourself out of bad positions and into good ones. It is now available. Once again, we wrapped up the 5-week training course, and now you are free to watch at your own leisure. You'll have access to the 25 plus videos and the 3 recorded live calls, which I did with everybody who joined when we started everything. There's a link down below, and right now we have a special on $99 for this fantastic course. Now, the number of times that people tell me, oh, I can't do head level round kicks, or I can't deal when somebody catches with my round kick. Like it's not that they're worried they're gonna get swept, it's like it hurts them in here. And every time it's the same thing. Same thing with people. I'm like, here's the drill you have to do. You have to be able to do it. So when we throw a front kick, let's say, boom, this foot that I'm standing on, if I'm facing this direction, it can kind of be out a little less than 90 degrees. When I go to change it from my front kick to my roundhouse kick, this pivot needs to go beyond 90 degrees. And now, if I go and I drop my knee slightly in height, I have to really open my pivot. So it would essentially look like this. If I'm going to use the ring ropes for balance, it'd be front kick, round kick, and then down here where my shin actually becomes a blockade between my opponent and I. But it's shifting the foot from one position to the other that is so very important. But so many people don't understand this. They don't have the flexibility, and because they don't have the flexibility, they don't want to bother training it. But you have to. And you don't need to go any further, any deeper than what I just showed you. Except now we need to know, well, how am I going to drill that? Like if you have somebody there who can catch your kick and you can do it, that's great. But if you're at home and you're wanting to increase this, how do you go about doing it? And what are a couple tips to really emphasize stretching those weaker muscles or strengthening those weaker muscles? Well, number one, I've showed you guys that many people have very weak muscles up in here, the glutes and the side of the hips. So very simply, just elevating your leg and just pulsing it. Trying to get a hip level for 50 of these will massively strengthen right there, but that's not going to help you with your flexibility aspect. So get yourself a chair or something like this where you can get your leg up around hip level. Now the front kick will be very easy. We need to learn to transition to the roundhouse kick by flipping this foot over and obviously pointing the toes while we pivot a little further. And now from here, this is where most people really struggle. We're going to completely open that foot so it's almost toes facing backwards, and we're going to drop that knee. You're going to feel that stretch in there, and I'll touch on a good stretch to do for that after. Now, if I want to really increase everything, I can rapidly transition 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. At each position, I can pause and get a little drop. Woo! And then round kick, a little drop, ooh, and then front kick. And I'm gonna hit all the different muscles there. Stretch through the hamstring, get more through the groin, get more through that hip flexor. Each spot with that little drop is really gonna help emphasize that. And this is what you need to be able to do, essentially, if somebody catches your round kick, is boom, get to this position. Be very careful when you do it that your head does not transition from here to way back here where you can't see anything. You essentially want a tiny little tip back, but it will look like this. My round kick, boom, and just a little boom, drop of the head. Same thing from the side so you can see the emphasis. This is my extended round kick, boom. Just this little drop backwards. Eyes still always right up there. So important. Now if we're wanting to increase that hip flexor, which many people struggle with, find a surface about this big, or this high, could be your couch. Just toss your leg up on it, start leaning forward, and then slowly start to elevate. And I can feel that hip right now. Woo! Just really open up. I can take the arm that matches the leg and elevate it to the sky. I can't even get my arm straight right now. I'm so tight. Been doing lots of kicks on pads lately. Oh, it's like to get way up there, it's only a second for me that I can hold. and just hang out there. You get a little bit of a bend and a drop. That's a great one. In addition, you get your leg up in a side kick position and get that little drop and then the lean forward, and that's going to target all through the groin. And you get the hip flexor in the groin, then doing this transition from 1 to 2 to 3 is going to be much, much easier. And this is going to make you more confident to throw round kicks. You're going to be less worried about people catching them. And then if it does get caught, you just boom, you do that, you frame out, you jump in the air, you grab your head, you crush them down, and you break their spirit. Because every time they catch your round kick, they get punished by their head getting dragged downwards. That's an advanced technique. Maybe we'll touch on that in a future video. That's all, guys. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Try that drill, utilize it, and you will notice a massive difference in your round kick ability.